everyone. I'm Julie.
And I'm Genny with a G. We're cousins and best friends
who live on opposite ends of the country. So we decided to start a podcast. Welcome to Get Funny. Yes, it's Galentine's Day. It's the day after Rihanna concert at the sports ball event.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Some people were hating. And to all the haters out there, I'll say, try literally making a human.
Well,
don't do that.
Here's the thing. And yes, Rihanna is a pregante. I don't think, and I'm not saying this as a hater. I'm not a hater. I like Rihanna a lot. No. I like
How
Rihanna.
The turntables have turned.
I like Rihanna. I'm not like, I wouldn't call myself a member of the Navy, her fan group, but I like her a lot. She's, whatever. I buy Fenty. I support. I don't think that if she wasn't pregnant, that she would have given like a crazy high energy like choreography performance, because that's just never been Rihanna's thing. Like she's just not that performer.
I had to break it down. The catalog that she has is not a boom, 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 boom. It's vocal impression. It's giving you music that reaches your heart and literally explodes through your body.
Okay, calm down. What?
I love Rihanna.
I do too.
I've been a stan for a long time. Honestly, Rihanna
I wouldn't call myself a stan.
I would. She can sit down and do this a cappella, and I'd be like, this is the greatest performance you've ever seen.
Oh, I just think that that's cool for like a Rihanna concert. And I realize we are saying her name incorrectly. I know her name is Rihanna. She has mentioned this multiple times. Everyone calls her Rihanna. I will try to do better. It's kind of like when I say the state Nevada or Oregon. That's how apparently the people from those states say we're supposed to say the state names.
Oh.
So,
well, in the video in which she's talking about her name, she did say it's Rihanna, but you can say Rihanna. It's okay.
Well, I mean, at this point, she's like, whatever, I'm a billionaire. Doesn't matter. So
she's a billionaire.
I think that because people have this like expectation for a Super Bowl spectacle, like either like if you're not a high energy performer, you expect like guests or something like that. I think that's where some folks were a little disappointed, especially because she had teased that she was going to bring out a guest, and spoiler alert, the guest is inside of her.
Phenomenal.
She's such a troll. I like,
it's amazing. My greatest my favorite part about it is that she's like, yeah, I'm not going to make more music for y'all. What's the problem?
I know. That's funny to me as a person who is not actively waiting for her to make more music, but I could see why that would be frustrating for people who are waiting for that.
Yeah.
But so did you watch the sports?
I did watch the sporting event as it stood. I was supporting the Great Eagles of Philadelphia.
As was I.
Yes. In support of my friend Reg. Shout out to Reg, who won't listen to this podcast, but he's there. And also mainly for Abbott Elementary. I really
so many people have said that to me.
So rooting for Abbott. I wanted them to win so they could do an episode specifically about this.
Anyway.
Yes, but I did watch the sports, and I guess after so many people were texting me about, is Rihanna pregnant or not? I was like, why are you asking me? I don't know. Maybe. Shit, probably. I said, according to how bodies work and how people go about it, she might be.
I think that most people, rightfully so, didn't want to make assumptions about a person who gave birth less than a year ago and their ability to quote unquote snap back in their appearance or whatever. Because even if that wasn't a pregnant belly, that would be okay. I almost wish that it wasn't, but it is.
Let me tell you, everybody turned into a whole ass OBGYN when, oh my God, folks are like, it's impossible. You can't get pregnant after 8 weeks of birth. I was like, wait, what? Turns out that was incorrect information.
What?
Yes, because you can, and also she had given birth 6 months ago.
It's more common. She gave birth in May.
In May, yes.
So that was like 9 months
Eight,
ago.
9 months ago. 9 months ago. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Wild.
you definitely can, and it's actually easier. The thing is that the doctors tell you not to have sex for 6 weeks postpartum. Some people don't wait that long. We also don't know how far along Rihanna is. Anyway, Rihanna. But one of my friends who will not listen to this, she had a baby in
Friends, you got to
July.
do better.
She had a baby. Well, this is why she's not listening. She had a baby in July of 2021. 2021. Yes. And then in spring 2022, I had texted her for her birthday. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And she was like, "Hey, we should get together soon. Just a spoiler before you see me, I am pregnant again. Um, apparently you can get pregnant while you are breastfeeding. Who knew?" I was
Right.
like, everyone actually. I thought everyone knew that.
Right.
Where's the education?
Right. Well, one of my friends, that's what she said. She's like, you can't get pregnant if you're breastfeeding. I was like, that's absolutely false.
That's
You can get
incorrect.
pregnant. You can get
You
pregnant.
you may
Your
get even
period
extra
could
pregnant.
stop.
You get double
Okay.
pregnant.
You cannot make me laugh because then I'll start coughing. It's
Oh,
gonna be
sorry.
a tough episode.
I was like, how are we gonna do this?
But yes, all the maternal health experts came out yesterday, and I was like, we need to stop doing this.
I did like the there was something was trending on Twitter that was said just like get off of her, like leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
As if Rihanna is not the one controlling this relationship and her own
Right.
birthing story. Like, come on now. He's just along for the ride, and good for him. Good for him.
Oh, ASAP. Well,
Anyway, so this year I went to a Super Bowl gathering for the first time in years since before COVID. And it was fun. It was nice. But the thing about going to a gathering usually is that people are like talking, whatever, which is great because I wasn't like super into the game anyway. But it means that there was less attention paid to the commercials. So I truly
okay.
don't know
I don't think
anything.
there weren't any good commercials except the one that freaked everybody out, which was Tubi, where your screen literally just starts moving and selecting a movie. Everybody thought somebody was messing with the remote. That was the
Oh, I
only good
didn't see
commercial.
that one. Oh
Oh
no.
my God, it's been trending everywhere. That commercial freaked me out because I wasn't at a party. I was homesick. And I was like, what the hell? It's someone, I literally said this. Did somebody hack my screen? Because the thing was just moving, and online you can see so many memes about it. Like the Tubi commercial got me. It got everybody wondering, not trusting nobody in their family. That was the only good
That's, you
commercial.
know
Outside of
what? Good
that,
for them.
nothing.
Good for them.
Yes.
That's a way to get people to pay attention. I saw
That's the
I think
only one people are talking about.
I feel like Tubi must have had a different commercial too because I feel like I saw a Tubi commercial but it wasn't that one. The only thing I kept seeing was I kept looking up and just seeing another extremely famous person. And it's like, what are they advertising? It's like Dunkin' Donuts or something. I don't know.
Right. Freaking
But
J Lo
and
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 Ben
then
Affleck had a Dunkin'. Weird.
yeah, I thought that
Also,
was funny.
there was another one that we got. I guess it played twice, but I only saw it once. Was this Jesus commercial?
I
He
heard
gets
about
us, and I
those.
was
I
like,
didn't see that.
I cannot. And it's like JES and then us in capital letters. Don't do that. Stop it. Because all of the like video that they're showing is like supposed people yelling and screaming at each other, but the people who are yelling and screaming at each other are supposedly not the Christians. I'm like, I guarantee you all that these people who are yelling at other people for not wearing a mask are the Christians that you guys are trying to target.
Wait, was
Don't
it
do
about
this.
masks? Hold on. Wait,
It
what?
was about it was about there's too much anger in the world. We need to unify and like each other because that's what Jesus would have done. Because Jesus was about connecting and unifying people, not separating them. It was a
Yes.
mess.
Jesus was also famously about spending $1 billion on a commercial for the Super Bowl
Right.
instead of using that money to feed anybody. But sure.
Right.
Great.
A
I'm glad we're
mess.
at this
A
point.
mess.
See, this is the
So
thing.
those are the only ones.
there's been commercials for like Scientology and stuff. Like they had Super Bowl commercials before, I think. Um and I feel like anytime a religion has a commercial, it automatically is going to make it seem suspect. Like it doesn't I don't think that most I'm speaking very broadly here, but I feel like most people who call themselves Christians don't necessarily want to be associated with people who have a Jesus Super Bowl commercial, if that makes sense. Like
I,
that's I mean, that's just different.
the whole
But
thing
yeah,
was different.
I
Yeah,
heard
it
that
was a
I don't
whole
know
weird
I
thing.
don't know exactly. I need to double check, but I think that whoever it was that paid for this or whatever is like a similar organization as like Focus on the Family or some bullshit. Um
Yeah, apparently they're very conservative and
oh, it's
very
the of course. I mean, obviously because only very conservative people would think that using $1 billion on a commercial is the best use of their time in the name of Jesus. Um since I don't like to give misinformation, apparently it was paid for by Servant Foundation. What? What is it's a Kansas-based nonprofit, sure. And in the past from the years 2018 to 2020, Servant Foundation donated more than $50 million to the Alliance Defending Freedom, which was listed by the Southern Poverty Law Center as an anti-LGBTQ hate group in 2016. So there we go.
there we go.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is. Let's move on.
Yes, let's talk about Synced on Screen, which we decided for some reason to watch Leap Year.
Leap year
Um,
from
from
2010.
ooh, good year. Well, just tell the people what it's about.
Have you?
This is
Why
your
do
part.
I have to tell the people? Have you seen it? Or sorry, I hope you've seen it now. But had you seen it
Yes.
before? Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I
had
had seen
not.
it before. I thought it was. It just gets worse every time I watch it.
Oh wow. See, I had never seen it, and I need to tell you something. Something must have come out around this time. There's something that I conflated this movie with in my mind because I thought that leap year somehow had something to do with like a time travel or like an
No,
actual leprechaun, maybe.
no.
It is none of those things. It does take place in Ireland. There are not any leprechauns that I could see. Um, so
Not that I could see.
by thankfully by about halfway through the movie I was like, okay, so no leprechauns then? No time travel? No. What movie was I thinking of? Is that a movie?
I don't know. Were you thinking Time Traveler's Wife? It could
Well,
be.
no.
That was a movie. There was also that other movie. Was it The Mailbox?
The Lake
Where Sandra
House?
the was it
The
called The Mailbox?
mailbox.
Maybe
It is not
there
called the
was
mailbox.
it had
It
a
was
whole mailbox
it
in
was
it.
I mean, yeah, but it was the
The
mailbox
mailbox
outside
was
the
critical.
it was
Was
yes, but it was
critical.
called the Lake House because the mailbox sounds dumb.
Was it P.S. I
It
Love
was
You? Because
it
that
was
movie was
Sandra it was Sandra
tragic.
Bullock and Keanu Reeves in the Lake House. But yeah, I don't know what I thought it was, but in this movie, our heroine, played by Amy Adams, her name is Anna. She is a real estate stager.
Stager. Mm-hmm.
And the moment we meet her, it's like boom, 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 rom com cliche. She's high powered. She's, good at her job, whatever. And she's got a partner, and his name is Jeremy. And he is played by Adam Scott, who I love. And I find it so fascinating that a lot of his earlier roles, he plays like an asshole.
A
Cause like,
jerk.
he's
Yes.
not like, I feel like, especially in Parks and Rec, he was so not that. And it's just so weird to see him play this like smarmy, like,
He
this
was
role
the
was
best in Parks and Rec.
he was the best, but this one made me think of more his role in like Step Brothers, where he's like the
He
douche.
was such a
Yeah.
jerk.
So he's her boyfriend in this, and he famously is a cardiologist. She mentions it all the time. Like, it's the most important thing about him. I'm like, okay. And she sees him come. What does she see him coming out of a jewelry store, or someone sees him coming out of a
Her
jewelry store?
friend.
Her friend
Her
sees him,
friend.
and so she's
Yeah.
like, he's gonna propose, blah blah blah. They've been together for years. So they go out to a fancy dinner, and he gives her the jewelry, or he gives her the jewelry box, and instead of a ring, it is a pair of earrings, a really nice pair of earrings, diamonds. But she's
Don,
pissed.
he's a
She
cardiologist.
is pissed. And so he has to go to Dublin for a cardiologist
Cardiology.
conference?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, as one does. And she decides this is her chance because it's about to be Leap Day. And Leap Day is the one day in Irish tradition where women can propose to men. So, in other words, it is the one day in this Irish tradition where women have control over their lives and relationships, which is insane to me. Like, girl, it's
Once
2010.
every
What are
four
you talking
years.
about? Like, once every
Once
four
every 4
years,
years.
women can do this. Apparently, I looked it up. Apparently, it's based on a real tradition. It's called Bachelor's Day, and it
So
goes
it's
back.
still about a man.
It goes back to what's his name? St. Patrick time, based on a legend of St. Bridget and St. Patrick. It once had legal basis in Scotland and England, which is crazy.
What did that look like, legal
I
basis?
don't
Like,
even know. Oh,
you have to
so
marry me because I asked? Like,
it's
what?
called Bachelor's Day, sometimes also known as Ladies' Privilege.
Ah, what are these names? Oh my god.
I feel like Ladies' Privilege is like that name has to be used for something. I don't know. I love it. But yes, so she decides that this is going to be her chance. They've been together for years. She's just going to take life by the reins and propose to this man. Now, you know what? I'll get back into it. We'll talk about that later. I'll just keep going on the plot. So she doesn't get to Ireland, right? She goes to Wales first. Girl, I don't know.
Yes.
Anybody
Well, she
who's
goes.
listening from over there, I don't care. Like there's there's
Don't- Oh my god.
There's turbulence. They have to
She was
divert.
obviously taking a spirit plane,
Right.
so
Right. They can't land in Dublin, so she has to land somewhere else, whatever. And this starts a like planes, trains, automobiles situation of her trying to make her way to Dublin in time for Leap Day because she's got a time constraint here because she cannot wait till March 1st. And she can't propose to him on March 1st. Like, legally she can't, apparently.
well, yeah, there's a
Like,
legal,
there's
yeah, it
legal
makes
basis.
sense, obviously.
Yeah, sure, it checks out.
But she is a menace to everybody and every place she goes throughout this journey. And it pissed me off. The first part she stays is at a bar and she literally is trying to plug in her phone and
Oh
causes
my god.
a ruckus of literal total town power outage because she is so impatient. She's pulling her bed. She's not being mindful of where she's at. And it was just one of those ladies' privilege. This was white ladies' privilege because how do you just destroy a whole room that you're staying in? And then she plugs in her phone, but it's too much electricity. So it short circuits the whole city. And then when the guy comes and brings her a sandwich, she goes, I was trying to charge my phone. Like, bitch, if you don't, I would have thrown that sandwich at her. I was so annoyed. And that was her energy throughout the whole movie.
Yes, she is like they make her into a cliche of a woman who has it all except for the one thing she needs to check off her list, her husband, and all she cares about is her job and appearances and blah blah blah. And like, I get it, but I just feel like, haven't we moved past that in
Well,
movies? Like,
no, not in 2010.
I guess, but it's just like, so
That's what it
like,
is.
we can give them more to work with. They don't have to just be this like one dimensional character. And Amy Adams, to be clear, is amazing. Like, she's a wonderful actress. She's charming in like everything she does. She does what she can with this, but it's not it's not great.
She meets the bartender at the bar that she destroys, but because she can't make it to Dublin without him, she ends up saying that she'll pay him so that he can take her over there. But because she's so impatient and so privileged and so annoying, literally every issue that happens is because of her. And throughout the whole movie, she's wearing freaking heels. And that also just pissed me off. Like, just be a better packer. So, but all of a sudden, because like all movies do, all this trial and tribulation of her being a jerk and about to be engaged because she's in a relationship, she gets to know the bartender. I don't even know his name. I'm not even gonna
Declan.
pretend. Declan. To She just gets to know him deeply and so emotionally when they crash a wedding together and when they're looking at the stars and then they kiss. So now she's in love with him. What? Get out of here.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
you
All
made
the
it
way out.
sound you made it sound like there was more development of their relationship than there was, because truly the development of their relationship was they cooked a meal together at this B&B that they were staying at. They cooked chicken together,
Chicken.
coq and like in that scene, like with the editing and like the little like it's like little montagey, and I watch it with the captions on, so it's like uh mumbling or like giggling, whatever. I'm like, okay, great. They're, they finally like each other. Because as you mentioned, she is a jerk throughout this, but so is he. At no
Right.
point in time, like he's a dick. Um, so I guess in that way, they're kind of both good for each other because they're both not
Right.
nice. They're not
Terrible.
that nice. Like he, I think his thing is like he just gets a rise out of her. Like he likes to
Mhm.
rile her up and like just make things difficult for her, where like he's the kind of person where if you don't ask them the exact question you need the answer to, like he would purposely misunderstand you and
Right.
just be like a dick about it, like the kind of person who'd be like, oh hey, can I have a drink of water, and he would say, I don't know, can you, like that sort of, like, shut up. He's just
He's terrible. But the biggest thing is because you should have seen this movie. Again, we're doing old movies. But as the plot goes on, they like each other, but she's still on her mission to get engaged. She sees her man in Dublin and he's so happy to see her. He actually proposes.
mm-hmm.
And so she's so happy she gets the ring, but she looks back and Declan's not there, obviously. So they show her going back home with her man Jeremy, and her friend is so excited. She's finally engaged. She's so excited, but only to find out that Jeremy only proposed because they were trying to get the apartment in the city that they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that broke her heart, y'all, because he should want to get married to her, not out of convenience, but out of love.
Right, apparently the board of the like apartment co-op or whatever that they were applying to, this like very prestigious exclusive building, they hinted that they like uh selling or whatever to married couples, and he lied and he said, well, we're basically about to get engaged, so he had to go through with it. And then it ends really weird because they're at a party when this happens, and she spots the fire alarm in their apartment, which I've never been to an apartment that has a fire alarm inside of it. Like,
Maybe it's one of those old timey ones,
oh,
like when
it
they
just
first got
doesn't make
alarms.
sense. Like, literally inside their apartment, there's a break in case of emergency. Like, what? Um, and
Maybe it's
so
that exclusive. We
she
couldn't even
it's
imagine it.
super safe. So she decides to trigger the fire alarm because earlier in the film, Declan asks her, how does he say it? Like, if your place was on fire and you
What
had
would
60
you
seconds to
save?
grab, whatever, what would you save? And she doesn't know, right? Is that it? I just watched this movie yesterday and I've already forgotten. It wasn't that good. Um
Sorry, I
No, it's
don't
okay.
remember. I think she said, I don't know. I don't.
I
I
think
think I may
she
have
I think
dozed
she didn't
off.
have a good answer for it or something. And yeah, so anyway, so she does that and the fire alarm goes off, everyone's got to evacuate, and then Jeremy is like, oh yeah, Jeremy's trying to grab all their electronics. He's like, hey, we haven't uploaded the proposal video to Facebook, blah blah blah, and he's trying to be like really practical, which no shade, like I get that. Like I mean, if all the human and like pets were out of the place and I was just trying to save things, I too would save my computer probably. I don't have like a lot of valuables that are not electronic. So if I can't save my plants, then um
Not the
I
plants.
know. But anyway, so he's like, "Hey babe, like do you like what else do we need?" And he sees that she's gone. And so the next scene is her finally showing up back to the pub in not in Dublin, outside of Dublin, wherever the hell
Yeah,
Declan lives.
Cork. Was it Cork?
Girl, I don't know. Sure. Um and she does this whole like impassioned speech, and she says something like, I realized that there was nothing there that I wanted to save or wanted to take with me or whatever. Like there was nothing left for me there, and what I needed is here. And she makes a whole big speech and basically says to him, I always try to plan everything out, but maybe for once, like, I don't need to have everything figured out. So, like, I don't know what's going to happen after this, but if you want, we can not make plans together. And his dumbass looks at her and then walks away, says nothing to her, doesn't say BRB, nothing, doesn't say wait. So she is heartbroken. She leaves, she goes off and, like, looks dramatically off a cliff. I was like, is she about to jump?
Don't jump, girl.
Don't jump. And then he comes up behind her and he has the nerve to be like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, sir, how could you be saying she's an idiot? He's like, I was just going to get my mom's ring, you idiot. And I'm like, you didn't tell her to wait or anything. They just kind of gloss over this. I'm like, you're the idiot,
Right.
bro. But he's like, I I reject your proposal. I don't want to not make plans with you. I want to make plans with you. I went to get my mom's ring because I wanted to ask you to marry me. Which, how are you going to go from never dating, only having one kiss, not even knowing each other's middle names, to a proposal? What do people in movies know that you can actually date?
Right. And then, like, I mean, there's legal ramifications to this, y'all. It's called immigration. What is she going to do? And then her random dad was in the first, like, 5 minutes, and then you never hear him again. Is he not invited to the wedding? Rude.
Well, they're not planning the wedding yet, but I did think it was weird because her dad is played by John Lithgow, who is a great actor, and he was literally
Right.
not in the movie. I thought his little line at the end saying, like, I want to make plans with you, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was really good, but I think it would have made more sense if they had done more work to set these people up as a couple. Like the fact that he proposed marriage to this woman who, by the way, was just engaged to someone else 2 minutes ago.
Right.
Like, you can just date. I don't like.
You could just, but also, why did, whatever. As much as I love, and I love rom coms, this one is not my favorite. And
I
on
have
top of
gathered.
that, they're not even like, they didn't even have like great chemistry either. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, I want to get lost in random Ireland with this man. You know what I mean? Like, usually you want that. Like, as the viewer, you're like, I could see me being uh, somebody who fall in love with a cute bartender. But this bartender wasn't given that. He was mean.
Yeah, it. He was mean, and
He
he doesn't
was
really get.
no Nick Miller from New Girl.
Oh yeah, they can't be Nick Miller. Well,
That's it. Watch the movie if you want to. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
wait. Sorry. I just wanted to talk about Leap Day for a second.
Oh, the actual leap day, which is one of my
Yes.
favorite days of the end
Yes.
of the year, every 4 years. Go ahead.
I because when I was watching this, I was remembering maybe you don't remember this, but you and I you probably do remember this actually now that I'm thinking about it. We used to make it a point of she's dying, y'all. I'm gonna keep this in probably, and the people who are watching the video can see Jenny dying on mute. She's coughing and now laughing.
I'm back.
It's good. It's good. So we used to make a point of like talking to each other on the phone every leap day, which we used to talk to each other on the phone all the time, but we like would call each other to like celebrate leap day. Do you remember that?
That's really cute. We did that.
We did that. Unless I'm thinking of someone else, in which case this is incorrect. But I do not have other close relationships that have lasted this long, so no.
I mean, I do enjoy Leap Day. Like that is literally a day. And then I saw
yes, it is literally a day. What?
Yes, Phil Dunphy. He wanted to celebrate and made a big deal out of it. So I've always wanted to make a bigger deal out of it. That's
well, you and I used to have a conversation every leap day. And the last leap day that we had, we as a collective, was February 29th, 2020, which was the day I purchased my vehicle.
Oh, yes.
I remember it because I was at a Volkswagen dealership and everyone was like, should we be out? COVID's kind of, like everybody's a little like, what do we do? I think that was also the last day. Like I did something social that day. Yeah, like I went and hung out with my friends after we did the car stuff in the morning. And so I always remember that leap day because of that. Hopefully the next one is better. Yeah.
We really only have it. We still have to wait another year for Leap Day. God.
I mean, Jenny, I encourage you and our listeners to live every day like it's Leap Day.
I know, but such a special day.
And that goes for people, women who want to be proposing to men.
Go
you
ahead.
can do it any day of the year. You don't have to let St. Patrick tell you when you can and cannot propose. Also,
you can propose to your man anytime you want.
Any day. I do also want to make it clear, though, that an engagement should not be a surprise. It should not be something that you are hinting at and waiting for your partner to get the hint. You guys need to have a conversation to both agree that you are ready to be married. Why are people so a proposal, the actual proposal can be a surprise. The like details of the ring and where you're going to do it, that can be a surprise. The fact that you're getting engaged should not be a surprise to me. That's my soapbox.
Well, what did you find on Al Gore's internet?
You know what I didn't find?
What? Justice for our girl Kaylee?
A pre-sale code to buy some damn Beyonce tickets.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. We won't.
This concert is driving me crazy.
Moving along, I had some Am I the Assholes that I haven't read. Am I the asshole for making a harmless joke about my formerly overweight friend?
Oh, Lord.
I, 22 female, have been friends with James, 22 male, since we started college. Around 7 or 8 months ago, he decided to change his lifestyle and be healthier. He was overweight, but already lost a ton of weight and fitter. Okay. I was his workout / motivation buddy throughout these months, but lately he's been confident enough to do his own thing. A couple of weeks ago, we went to a friend's party. It wasn't really a party, more of a low-key get-together. Okay, why? You just said it was a party. I'm sorry. James is shy and awkward and tends to stick with me whenever we go to social environments with lots of people. But at some point, this tipsy girl came up to him and seemed clearly interested. She was ignoring me entirely. I was about to walk off when she asked me, in front of several others, if James and I are together. I laughed and joked that she wouldn't have asked me this if she had seen him last year. I was immediately told by some friends that it was a mean thing to say, and in hindsight, James seemed a little speechless. The girl asked me what I meant, and I explained that he used to be way chubbier. Then she shrugged and said he's hot and would take him off me if I didn't mind. I thought this was trashy and just left. What the? Afterwards, I spoke to James in private, and he seemed to have gotten his feelings hurt. I explained it was just a joke because last year nobody would have assumed we're together. I mean, the whole point of the joke was that he's considered more attractive now, but I know his true awkward self and past. Am I the
Ooh,
asshole in this
a
situation?
little bit. You the asshole. And a hater because like
Yeah. Such a
my
hater.
thing is my thing is, girl, if you don't want people to assume that he's with you and you say he's hanging around you, you can also separate yourself. Hello. But secondly, you said that the girl was trashy for saying she's going to take you off her hands. You don't know what she like. Maybe she like a big boy. I need a big boy, like Sister says. Don't be a hater. That's rude.
She's such a hater. And also, I feel like people like this, whatever. I can't. I don't. I can't. I can't. She's such, like, do people really think that fat people are never in relationships? Like, like, what are
Right.
you, what's not clicking? Do you think every fat person that you see who's in a loving partnership only got fat after they got in the relationship? No, that doesn't make any fucking sense. The actual truth is, it doesn't matter. Like, people are attracted to whatever they are attracted to. That is why you are not expected to date everyone you come across, and vice versa. But that doesn't mean that you get to say, like, oh, because he looked this way, nobody would have ever wanted him back then. Like, fuck you, you don't know that. What?
Right. And then you're like, I mean, the thing about the am I the assholes, y'all need to know you're an asshole. Y'all need to know when you're asking this because ain't no way that you would be okay if he said to people, oh, you would have asked me that if you would have seen her busted teeth last week. Like,
Right.
it's just, girl, put yourself in a better position. Just say, no, you're not dating him. How about that? You're not.
Right.
No,
Like,
we're
you
not.
could have just,
That answers the
why did you
question.
make it awkward? Like, by you making it so awkward, I feel like, do you want to be dating him? Like,
Right. And that's what it sounds like. Cause you're like, he got fit. He already did that. Girl, get out of here. You like this guy, but now you put yourself in a weird situation. You're weird. Goodbye.
you don't, like, I feel like she also likes that he is sort of sticking by her side and
Right.
stuff because she has a built-in, like, sort of crutch. So
Absolutely. Cause
if
she
she
didn't say
can,
she was talking to anybody.
no, so if she can't find anyone else to talk to, then she's got him by her side. But ooh,
Right.
someone else came up and is interested and she doesn't like that. Ew. Anyway, definitely the asshole. Sorry about it. Well, since that one was short, what about, okay, am I the asshole for letting my father cause a huge scene at my engagement party and embarrassing my future mother-in-law? I also have not read this. My father has many faults. I'm well aware of these and therefore tend to keep our interactions private. I still love him, and I have developed a system to keep him from fucking me over. Okay.
Okay.
When my fiance asked me to marry him, I said yes. And then I went and privately told my dad about it. We had a nice dinner with my fiance, and that was that. My future mother in law wanted to have an engagement party. I was fine with it. I just requested that she not invite my father. I explained that we had a strained relationship and that I preferred to keep him at a distance. She agreed. I guess she thought she knew better than me. She wanted to fix our relationship, and the first
Ugh.
step was inviting him to her home for a party with alcohol. When I met my dad for dinner, I specifically chose a restaurant that didn't have a liquor license, and we went right after work. His car has a breathalyzer built in to make it start.
Ooh,
I
shit.
I know what would happen otherwise. When I saw my dad there, my stomach flipped. I asked her what was going on, and she said that a good daughter would want her dad there on this important day. I asked her to please make him leave. She said I was being rude. I went over to my dad and asked him to leave. He promised to behave. He was so happy to be invited. I told my fiance that I might need to leave in a hurry and he had to come with me when I left. He knows the whole story, so he agreed. My father was fine at the beginning. Then the wine came out. I glared at him and shook my head no. He took some, then more, then more. He started getting happy. That doesn't last. After dinner, there were drinks. As soon as I heard him raise his voice, I asked my fiance to leave. I faked a stomach problem and we left. The least, oh God, the least embarrassing thing he did was piss himself and puke on the lawn. My, whew,
Oh,
my future mother in law is furious. She said that we should have told her that my father has a drinking problem. I said that it wouldn't have been a problem if she hadn't lied to my face about not inviting him. My father is humiliated that he did this. I am just numb. My uncle has no problem controlling my dad. He is a cop and has come to several events with my dad where he kept him from drinking. My older brother's wedding, for example. But he lives in another city. He would have been at the wedding. I'm just angry that she lied and I'm embarrassed and I'm venting here because I need someone to tell me I'm not the asshole for not wanting to tell people my father is like this. Oh,
what a heavy story.
right?
Okay. But I also think I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist. I
You're
do have
not?
degree. No. But I think one thing here is you're still protecting your dad
Mm,
and trying to say you don't want to tell people how he is because you're just like, I'm controlling it. And that's not going to work. He needs help, obviously. Obviously, the courts agree legally he needs help. Hence why
mhm.
he cannot function his vehicle without passing a breathalyzer, which I actually saw that on TikTok. And it's crazy what people will do, and how they don't see the problem. And in this particular TikTok, it's a young girl, very young, and she is trying to get to work at 8:40 in the morning and can't pass it. That is a problem.
So she put it
Okay.
on TikTok?
She puts it on TikTok. She doesn't care. I mean,
Mm-mm.
these people don't care. She's like, "Oh my god, this is so stupid. I can't believe I had to do this." And it's like, well, it's actually real because if you can't pass a breathalyzer at 8:40 in the morning, it's a
Mhm.
problem. So I think in this particular case, she is not an asshole for not saying it, but I do think she needs to rectify with the why she wants to keep protecting him and just isolating herself. She's about to get married. That's about to be a bigger family. Although you don't necessarily want to tell everybody all your problems, I do think it's important that you let your people who are marrying in know this because as much as you want to try to hide this, this will come out. This could come out in different ways for whatever reason. You cannot stop. Obviously, you can't stop him from drinking. You obviously can't have your uncle there all the time. It's something that you need to make sure that people know. Unfortunately, there's people who don't know how to control themselves, and she needs to relinquish that control that she wants to have because she's not going to have it. So non-psychological advice, but I do think she needs to have more grace with herself to figure this out.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, I honestly so yeah, she's not the asshole. The mother-in-law is an asshole in this situation for specifically violating a boundary that this person has set. Like regardless her thinking that she knows better. Like, what if the dad had been abusive in the past and seeing him in this context would be triggering
Right.
to this girl? Like, there's so many things and there's so many reasons that this person maybe doesn't want to have this close contact with their father. Anyone for anyone to come in and say, I know better than you should talk to him, you should repair that. Like, that's super shitty. And the future mother in law is
Yeah.
definitely an asshole for that. I do think that like I don't think that the um letter writer or whatever, I don't think she had to say up front like, "Hey, we're not inviting my dad because he's an alcoholic," whatever. But I do think that maybe when she saw that he was there and it says that she talked to the future mother-in-law and said like, "You have to ask him to leave," blah blah blah. I think maybe that could have been a time to be like, "He cannot be here with alcohol. He has a problem. He needs to
Right.
go." Instead of just saying like, kick him out, whatever. Like, unfortunately, at that point, it, the truth does need to come out. So in that case, I think if she could do it over again, maybe that would be a
Yeah.
change. But that's tough. I hate when people think they know better than you
And
for
then
your
I
own
think
boundaries. Like,
Right, for sure. They need to stop doing that, but also be truthful. He can't be around alcohol, y'all. We can't, and just saying you need to go, that's not letting people know.
Right.
And it also reminds me of that movie um with God, A Star is Born.
Oh,
Is that
yes.
what it is? A Star is Born. And as Lady Gaga's character is trying to deal with her husband, and he is a complete mess, and she can't stop him as much as she wants to. Like, unfortunately, people, if the breathalyzer alone hasn't stopped this man, nothing will.
Mm-hmm.
And him being embarrassed, that's just part of it. And it's really unfortunate. Addiction is a drug that is a problem and disease that people really don't know how to handle because it's not happening to them. And so it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was a hard one.
Well, all right, I guess I'll end that on that depressing note.
Gosh. Well, maybe we can lift it up by talking about what you're looking forward to or what brought you joy.
I'm having a hard time lately, like looking ahead, and I don't mean this. So there have been times in my life. This isn't funny, but I'm laughing because of the way I know that it sounded. There have been times in my life where I couldn't visualize the future because I was extremely depressed. This is not one of those times. Like I just I for some reason in the past month, maybe past few weeks, I've had a really hard time visualizing the future, and I think it's because of my weird like work schedule. Like I don't have like big like goalposts, like milestones. I don't go into an office. I don't have a 9 to 5. I have some projects that I'm working on that are in like various stages of just like there's no work for a little bit, and then one week it's like a bunch of work, and it's just like girl, I don't know. So all that to say that I don't really know what I'm looking forward to. I guess I am looking forward to hopefully locking in a date for when I'm going to start pitching this project that I've been developing for a really long time. It was supposed to be around now, but I just got an email saying that it was going to be pushed out a few more weeks. Um, so that's fun. The television industry or media in general is kind of in a weird place. But I'm excited to maybe hopefully sell my show. Fingers crossed. So I guess I'm looking forward to that in an abstract way. Thank you. What brought me joy though, this is like so minor, but whatever. I messed up my nails. Like I haven't done nails since Christmas because my nails were jacked up. One of them was like lifting from the nail bed. It was a whole thing. So when I came back from the holidays, I was like, let me just let them breathe, rest. Like I didn't do anything. It was hard. It's been like over 6 weeks and I hated it. And so yesterday, I finally was like, you know what? I think they're in a good place. I think I can do it. Now, one of them is still not great. It is still lifting up a little bit, but I was like, you know what? She'll be fine.
Mm.
She'll be fine.
Oh
So I
my
did my
gosh.
nails for the first time in a long time. Look at them. Can you
Yay.
see? Can you see?
Oh, they look great. Yes. It's a little blurry
Oh
on
well, it's
this
fine.
end, but they
They're
look nice.
kind of like sparkly.
Nude.
They're
Are they
pink.
nude
They're pinks.
sparkly?
They're pink.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to take a picture of them.
Yeah, send a
But
picture.
yeah, and I have been enjoying having nails again, although I will say that I did get used to typing without them for 6 weeks, 7 weeks,
Uh,
whatever. And so now I'm like, oh God, how do I do this? They're not even long, but they were like nubs before, so just relearning how to
yes.
use my hands. But I'm happy to have them again. That's what brought me joy.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good. Look, all the things you said, the not looking forward to something, the little bit of things that does bring you joy. I mean, I think that's what life is right now, just little things to make it through. And sometimes you can't visualize because you don't know. Or sometimes it's overwhelming and you visualize too much and then you're like, oh
Yes,
God, I
that
need to
as well.
stop.
Yes.
So I think this is a good practice of like reminding you what is in your way, what's on your road, your journey. So keep practicing it, and your nails
Thanks,
look
boo.
great. I have not gotten my nails done in a while either. I'm actually messing with it right now, popping one off. Um,
Popping one off.
what brought me joy? Yeah, it's gonna come off eventually. Um, I what brought me joy. I went to this um art installation in Santa Fe, New Mexico called Meow Wolf.
Called
Have you
what?
heard of it? Meow
No.
Wolf? Meow Wolf. And it is a collection of artists who have put together like another dimension, and it's interactive art. You can touch things, you can go through doors. It's almost like a dream. And it was so cool because one of our I was part of the program, and we were doing a retreat, and one of our program participants works there, and she was able to get us like our own like private tour of it. So it was really cool. They have them in different parts of the country. There's one in Vegas, one in Florida. They're going to open one up in Texas. It's so just, your mind is just like, wow. There was this one room, which was my favorite. They had lasers, and you could play the lasers like a harp.
Oh.
It was so cool. And so that really brought me joy. Unfortunately, their shop wasn't open, so I didn't buy anything. Which, to me, that's the best part of going to an adventure. You have to buy stuff
Yeah, that's
afterward.
sad.
But hopefully I can find something online and probably buy it there. So that brought me joy. And then what I'm looking forward to, I am looking forward to being back. I am going on a work trip to Mississippi, and work trips are always fun. It's always good to be out, but also I just like, wow, I've already been traveling a lot already. Like, this will be my third trip in 2
Mm.
months. So I'm like, wow. So I'll probably be pretty grounded in March, and then got to prepare what I'm going to do for Jenny
Oh my
DeMaio,
god.
cuz that is around the corner.
I do just want to share, and I did, I almost saved this for the recording, but I did already text you about it.
Uh-huh.
I just want to share for our listeners. Y'all, we talk about Squared Love, the film that we watched.
Oh my god. Oh
Uh,
god. I'm so happy you did not wait until the recording, cuz I think I would have like my mouth would have
y'all,
dropped. Go
so
ahead.
when I finished watching Leap Year, is that what it's called? It's not Leap Day. When I finished watching the movie that we
Yeah,
watched,
it's leap
I went
year.
on Rotten Tomatoes. I wanted to read what people had said about it back then. A lot of times when I don't like something, I like to see if other people didn't like it too. Yes, I do
Confirmation.
this with books all the time. I'm like, let me go ahead and see what people are saying about this book I hated, but still finished reading. So I was on Rotten Tomatoes, and on the side it was like upcoming releases or something, and one of them said Squared Love all over again. And
I
it didn't,
can't
it
even
was
with
just a
that
link. It didn't
name.
have an image on the side like the other ones did, and I was like, surely this is something else. This is not related. And I clicked on it, and it was related. There is a sequel. They have made a sequel to the film Squared Love, the film that Jenny and I maintain is perhaps the worst movie we've watched for this podcast. Um,
In the
and,
history of the world,
and
yes.
they made a sequel. And when I saw it, this was like at 12:30. You may have been awake, but I didn't want to text you because it was like 3 a.m. your time. And I was like, I can't wait to tell her. Like, I felt like it was Christmas, even though it's so bad. It was such a like, what?
It's so
Like,
terrible. But then, y'all, the description is even worse. What the description, as I was like in awe of you sending this to me, I was like, ain't no way, boss. The relationship of a well-known journalist and a down-to-earth teacher goes through hard times when she takes a new job. And so now I'm sitting here angry that there's a sequel, but intrigued because what new job could she get? She was a terrible
and she
teacher,
was a
horrible
model in the
model.
previous one too.
He was a well-known journalist that nobody really knew that well, because she wasn't surprised to see him when they met. I am
He also works at
so
an ad
confused.
agency. I don't know. I just, the fact, the audacity of making a sequel to this movie,
and then canceling great shows like Ordina Chronicles.
wait, hold
And
on a second. This is Netflix and that's HBO.
well,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
but still, I don't understand. Like things like this get sequels, but like great shows, like one day at a time gets canceled. Like the crazy universe of Amy Garcia. I am over the world of this. Hollywood, is that
I
what it
think
is? Is
so.
Hollywood? Is this Hollywood? Is this
I don't
considered
think
Hollywood?
so. Because
Can't be.
it's a foreign, the first one was foreign, and this one, I don't remember where they're from, but like, I,
Denmark or
eh,
something?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was like Eastern Europe, but girl, it doesn't matter. It's so bad. I do actually, that was something that brought me joy yesterday. Just like the sheer delight of like seeing this name and be like, no, that can't be related. And then seeing them pop up, I'm like, oh, and I was like, when does it come out? Is it on? And according to Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know if it's true, but
Right.
according to Rotten Tomatoes, it was supposed to be up today, premiering February 13th.
Oh,
I don't know if it's on
today.
Netflix yet or if it was,
But
I don't
on
know.
Netflix?
I don't know.
Release date February 13th, United States. It says internet.
It's on Netflix. Oh no.
Shit.
Why do they have
We're gonna watch
wait,
it, aren't we? We're gonna
wait,
watch it. Oh God.
why do they have these listed, both of them, under charming, feel good comedy? Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not. Oh God. Will the wig make an appearance?
Can't.
Oh my God, I'm gonna watch it tonight, aren't
If we
I?
end up watching it, maybe that'll be like a bonus episode or something, because I don't think we need to put that on our
Oh my
feed.
God.
We'll see. Anyway,
Oh
that's
my
enough
God.
for us.
I can't.
Thanks for listening to Get Funny.
We hope you laughed.
But if you didn't,
We did.
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We killed it.
Crushed it.